inside the 50, and on what we've seen today, not beyond his range. He kicks from about 55. The man behind him is too close. He's kicked the goal anyway.
Hello Crows fans, I'm here with two-time premiership player Matthew Robran. Robsy, thanks for sharing your moment start of the Yes.
Thank you very much, Sauce. Nice to be here.
And that was when you came back from Hawthorn to the Crows. You obviously had 1 year playing at Hawthorn, then we'll touch on you had a year of footy off in 92 and then you came back to the Crows to play the rest of your career.
Yeah, that's right. I was certainly had an enjoyable year at Hawthorn my first year. It was a great experience being in the system for the first time, but I was just a young, I think 20-year-old at the time, got very homesick after 12 months and wanted to come back, and thankfully, as it turned out eventually, I was lucky enough to get on the Crows list in 1993.
Now the ironic thing with you coming back to the Crows is that the pick they gave up, who'd they use it on?
Well, they picked my brother. Yeah, the Crows did a deal at the end of 1992. I can't recall what pick it was, but Hawthorn with that particular pick picked up my brother, so it was pretty much a Robran for Robran swap.
Now, your time at the Crows was obviously full of success, which is always nice. How do you remember, the premierships and that period at the club?
Oh, you look back on it very, very fondly. Probably the two most successful years that the club's had throughout its 30-year history at the moment.
Jarman gets it quickly on towards Eccles, who in turn finds Robran.
Prelim of 1998. Was that the most perfect day that could have happened for the Crows?
To play the way we did in that preliminary final against the Bulldogs and completely dominate pretty much from the opening bounce. I think really from half-time onwards the game was pretty much over. We'd had such a commanding lead, and I was lucky enough to get on the scoreboard a couple of times. Bungies kicked 7 goals, and everybody that played that day played their role perfectly.
Towards Robran, takes the mark at half forward, the big man, and he'll look down the ground, down towards Modra. Bang! He lets one go. He lets one go.
You love kicking a barrel, and you actually struck a few, just right over here at Footy Park back in the day. You kicked a few big ones.
Yeah, and we're lucky enough that Blighty was one of those coaches that gave you license to do that. His mantra was if you have a crack and it works, keep doing it until it doesn't. And once it doesn't work, you put it back in the kit bag. Yeah, I was lucky enough to get onto a few in my time, but on the other side, there were a few that didn't work as well, I must admit.
Beautiful, Robsy. Thanks very much for sharing your moment, start of the Yes.
Pleasure, Sauce. Thank you for having me.